Join me as I take on the challenge of learning how to play Pokémon cards from scratch and see if I can become a master in just one day. In this video, you will learn the basics of playing Pokémon cards, making it easy for you to join the fun and excitement of Pokémon trading card games. Many newcomers struggle with the rules and strategies of Pokémon cards, often feeling lost when trying to play with friends or at events. I've seen it happen to lots of people, including myself when I first started. You buy a deck, excited to start playing, but then you realize you have no idea what you're doing. You get overwhelmed by the different types of cards, the rules, and the strategies involved. You might feel like you're too old to be learning a new game, or that it's only for kids. But trust me, Pokémon cards are for anyone who loves the franchise and wants to have fun. It's easy to get frustrated when you don't know where to start or how to play. You might feel like you're missing out on the fun, watching others play and enjoy the game while you're stuck on the sidelines. But don't worry, that's exactly what this video is for. We'll break down the basics of Pokémon cards and get you started on your journey to becoming a Pokémon master. Before we dive in, I want to make it clear that this video is not meant for experienced players. This is a beginner's guide designed to help those who are new to the world of Pokémon cards. If you're already familiar with the game, you might find some of the information repetitive, but I encourage you to stick around as we might cover some things you haven't thought about before. You will explore the different types of cards, how to build your deck, and the essential rules for gameplay, including how to take turns and win battles. Let's start with the different types of cards. In a standard Pokémon deck, you'll find Pokémon cards, energy cards, and trainer cards. Pokémon cards are the creatures you'll use to battle. Energy cards are used to power your Pokémon's attacks, and trainer cards have special abilities that can be used during the game. When it comes to building your deck, the first thing you need to do is decide on a theme. Do you want to focus on a specific type of Pokémon, like fire or water? Or do you want to build a deck around a particular strategy, like using lots of trainer cards? Once you have your theme, you can start selecting the cards that will make up your deck. The gameplay itself is pretty straightforward. You'll take turns playing cards, using attacks, and trying to knock out your opponent's Pokémon. The player who knocks out all their opponent's Pokémon first wins the game. But there are some essential rules to keep in mind, like how to use energy cards, how to play trainer cards, and how to deal with special abilities. I'll share a simple yet effective strategy that can help you win your first game, making the learning process enjoyable and rewarding. One strategy is to focus on a specific type of Pokémon, like Grass or Psychic. This will make it easier to build your deck and come up with a cohesive strategy. Another tip is to start with a pre-constructed deck, which can help you learn the basics of the game without having to build a deck from scratch. As you start playing, you'll realize that strategy is key. You need to think about what cards to play, when to attack, and how to use your trainer cards effectively. But don't worry if you don't win your first game, or even your first few games. The most important thing is to have fun and keep practicing. Remember, the key to getting better is to keep playing and experimenting with different strategies. You might lose a few games, but that's all part of the learning process. And don't be afraid to ask for help or advice from more experienced players. We'll recap the key points covered, ensuring you feel ready to start playing Pokémon cards confidently. To summarize, we've covered the basics of Pokémon cards, how to build your deck, and the essential rules for gameplay. We've also gone over some simple yet effective strategies for winning your first game. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos for more tips on Pokémon and gaming.